So, man, we got the last video today. We got Unmasking the Uber serial killer. See this?
What are you doing in front of my house?
Oh,
Who are you?
right off the bat?
In front of my house? I'm an Uber driver!
Between
Damn.
2017 and 2020,
I heard he was
Uber
trying to
reported nearly 10,000 cases of assault and over
10,000.
120 fatalities linked to its platform in the U.S.
Damn.
alone. The reports cover a wide range of incidents, from minor disturbances to outright murder. But the case we're about to cover pushes far past the numbers.
An Uber driver in Michigan is suspected of going on a rampage, fatally shooting strangers in between taking fares.
As many of you read, 6 people were gunned down in a rampage in Kalamazoo.
Entirely overwhelmed by the situation, the Kalamazoo police force starts receiving frantic 911 calls by the dozen.
I said to the driver, "You're not the shooter, are you?"
Hello, I need a ambulance, please. Please hurry up.
Okay, so the female's down. She's been shot.
Okay. Please don't move. They coming, okay? Please don't move. We got the kids. Did anybody see what kind of car it was? My boyfriend and his dad just got shot.
9-10 gunshots right outside our apartment complex.
Hello?
911.
We need someone here.
Damn.
Okay, ma'am.
Police know a 14-year-old girl named Abbie survived and is in critical condition. If she can stay alive, she might be able to help stop the Uber killer.
The 14-year-old was shot.
It's crazy how they do this to people, bro. Especially like little kids like this too, bro. At least she's alive,
At the
bro.
Cracker Barrel
First
parking
her.
lot, along with 4 women who were all killed. At the hospital, Abigail
RPM,
was pronounced
first her.
dead.
Unfortunately, the 14 years old has passed away as well.
Damn.
While doctors prepared for organ donation,
I put her rest her family.
she squeezed her mother's hand.
Y'all niggas be heartless.
It's 10 p.m. on February 20th, 2016. 14-year-old Abbie sits at a Cracker Barrel table with her best friend and surrogate grandmother, 68-year-old Barbara Hawthorne. Abbie's calm, thoughtful demeanor often surprises others. She's always felt more at ease around older people. The pair had just come from seeing a play downtown, and now, joined by 3 of Barbara's friends, they're sharing a meal and having a good time before heading home. As they step into the parking lot, Barbara reminds Abbie not to miss their upcoming knitting class together. The young teen sits in the front passenger seat, and
grandmas are so
Barbara
wholesome.
prepares to drive the group home. 2 of the other women sit in the back, while another steps into a van parked beside them. The teenager is chatting with her grandma when the sound of screeching tires interrupts them. Outside, a black car parked itself behind the vehicles, preventing them from leaving the lot. A loud bang pierces the silence outside. Everybody in the car starts screaming. The teenager knows she's in danger. She rolls up between her seat and the floorboards to hide. Seconds later, even louder bangs are heard. Shards of bloodied glass are sent flying everywhere inside the car. Abbie doesn't have time to grasp what is happening before noticing that Barbara is now covering her hiding spot with her upper body. Through the broken window behind, the teenager sees the barrel of a smoking gun pointing right at her.
County 911.
I'm at the Kalamazoo Cracker Barrel, and there's been gunshots in a car.
Okay, has anybody been hit?
2 cars have been shot up. Dad, I got it.
All right, hold on just a second.
Did you guys see anything? Holy that kid. They still alive? Yeah, she is. Where's he at?
Damn.
Can you walk? Oh, but we got a problem. That
See,
one's
walk.
dead. He's looking at another one. There's a female in the back seat, driver's side. The little girl's not gonna make it.
The little girl's not gonna make it.
5 hours earlier, everything seemed fine in the lively city of Kalamazoo. It's winter, but it's warm outside, and the snow
I
is
love the
melting.
snow, Brian.
Far in the suburbs, 25-year-old Tiana is babysitting her 7-year-old daughter, Kanaya, her niece, and 3 other kids. Tiana had her daughter when she was still a teenager and raised her on her own since then. When Kanaya asks if the group could go outside to meet a friend across the street, her mom accepts, on the condition that she'll tag along to keep an eye on them. Tiana and the girls' walk is interrupted by a man speeding down the street in a silver SUV. It screeches to a stop right in front of them. Behind the wheel is a heavy-set man with disheveled gray hair and wild eyes. He looks straight at her and bluntly says he's here to pick her up. The tone of his voice feels off. Keeping her calm, she says she didn't order an Uber and tells the kids to continue walking. The SUV peels off, tires screeching again, but suddenly, it circles back.
Oh, y'all gotta start
Tiana
running.
freezes. In seconds, the vehicle's back in front of them. The moment the driver starts pulling something out of his jacket, the young mother orders the kids to run. she sees that the man has a gun. He points it straight at the children. Although
Come
she
on,
describes
bro.
them
Like, y'all niggas be just ruining people's lives and y'all freedom just for any reason, bro. Just kill these innocent kids. For me, what they mom going on a little walk, like they was riding their bikes, and you just take their lives for no reason, bro.
moment as being almost in slow motion. There's
Because
no
you don't got
time
nothing
to
else
think.
better to do.
5 children are in danger, including her own daughter. Without hesitation, she steps in front of
And
them.
it's like, you gotta realize, bro, you know how like crazy people are about their kids, bro? For me? So if she had one kid and then 5 other kids with her, so imagine their families and their parents, and you feel me? Like, you think it's just, everything's gonna be sweet?
Hello? Hello? 911. We need someone here.
Okay, ma'am.
Please, we need...
Ma'am, you need to tell me where you are.
Where did they shoot at?
County emergency.
Yeah, hello, I need a ambulance, please. Please hurry up. Somebody fire shots in Savannah
That's
Trace
another.
Townhome.
Okay, so female's down. She's been shot.
Coming. I don't know. The car sped off. Please. Please don't move. Please don't move. They coming, okay? Please don't move. We got the kids. Please don't move.
Damn.
Following the shooting in the suburb, the Uber driver escapes before swapping guns
This
and
is him?
vehicles. For the remainder of the
what?
evening, he alternates between running fares and
He swapped guns and
coldly shooting people at random. The driver, who the police quickly identified as 45-year-old Jason Dalton,
45-year-old man doing
shot 7 people before targeting Abbie.
That's just miserable, bro. I can tell like, he probably don't have no girl. For me, niggas just be miserable, bro. They don't got nothing to do. Probably don't have enough money. Don't have, for me, feel like you don't have nothing to live for. That's why I got to turn to God, bro.
The 14-year-old he
You would turn to God, then all these people would have been alive, bro. For me, all these innocent souls and these families, they would have been okay because they would have had the people,
down
bro.
in the Cracker Barrel parking lot. Now, standing between life and death, things could have
So
gone
you gotta
way
spread the gospel, y'all. Y'all watching this, I'm telling you, you can save so many
worse for
lives,
the
bro.
teenager if Barbara, her surrogate grandmother, hadn't intervened to protect her.
One of the women shielded Abbie with her own body and took 3 shots.
Barbara and Abbie are both in critical condition. First responders rushed them to the hospital, doing
That'd be
everything they
grandmother.
can to keep them alive. Despite their efforts, Barbara dies shortly after arriving. Abbie, however, makes it to the ICU in time. Bronson's Children's Hospital contacts her mother, Vicky, hesitant to tell her what happened to her daughter.
Oh Lord, where was she shot at? And they wouldn't answer me, and I said, do I have time to make it there? Tell me right now, is she dead? And the lady on the phone said, no, she's not dead. And I said, then where was she shot at? And she said, well, honey, it's serious. And I said, where was she shot at? And she said she was shot in the head.
We made it towards the hospital, and they had the hospital locked down. They walked us up to this room in the ICU, and that's when I saw Abbie for the first time.
Abbie's head is wrapped in blood-soaked bandages, covering where the bullet has shattered her skull. Vicky later describes the scene as akin to the worst horror movie she could have imagined. An hour later, Abbie flatlines. Doctors call the time of death. Vicky can only look, powerless, as the nurses unplug her daughter from the monitor and pull a white drape over her lifeless body. Vicky and her husband lie over the teenager, sobbing, muttering their final goodbyes while the nurses prepare for organ donation. It's then that the desperate mother feels something strange. She's sure of it. Abbie just moved.
And I said something to the nurse, and she said, honey, most bodies twitch after they die. She said it's normal. And then I thought I felt it again, and I said, could you please just check her and make me feel better?
A pulse. Somehow, Abbie's heart starts beating again.
She
Nurses
survived?
and doctors soon flood the room. Vicky can barely contain her excitement.
Hey, that's God right there. I ain't
But
gonna lie.
one nurse gently pulls her aside and tells her not to get too hopeful. Even if Abbie pulls through, she may show no signs of brain activity.
I was holding Abbie's hand, and I looked right at her, and I said, Abbie, if you can hear me. I said, this is Mama. I said, if you can hear me at all. I said, give me a sign.
And within a few minutes after that, I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden, her hand just slightly went like that. She was trying to draw the letter B in the palm.
She was asking about Grandma Barb, who was killed in the shooting.
Oh.
Police believe she shielded Abbie, taking 3 bullets in the chest.
Damn, so she got shot in the head, almost passed away, and she was worried about her grandma first. That's crazy how much of a bond you could build with a kid
She
like
pushed
that.
Abbie down.
She saved Abbie's life.
After mercilessly shooting Barbara and
R.I.P. to
Abbie,
grandma.
Jason Dalton plays cat and mouse with the police around the city. Cops pull over 10 vehicles
This is
matching the
sad,
description
bro.
of his car, desperate to find him, until they begin to tail one that's driving suspiciously. It seems to be trying to avoid them. A short but intense car chase ensues, then the car suddenly pulls over. Jason proven himself to be extremely dangerous over the course of the rampage, and the police are expecting the worst.
Windows down. You want to yell at him? Road drive, you want to do it? Ready?
The officers,
Okay,
clad in
warning.
body armor, guns in hand, slowly approach the vehicle, expecting bullets to be flying their way.
Imagine
in
all
a
these
moment,
cars
they are
driving
completely
past
caught
here,
off
too.
guard when Jason slides his arms out of his window to surrender.
Gun. Yep. How do you armor?
Body
I
armor.
can't believe he didn't come up here. You didn't fight us to want to go.
Oh, they're talking hot. He didn't fight or one. They call him. Yo, I don't know. They talking hot. I never heard the police say that.
That he didn't want to go at it with what we figured that would be.
Following
he
the
said
arrest,
that
investigators
right
shift their focus towards Jason's mental state. They have all the evidence they need, but if Jason's found legally insane, he could avoid prison altogether and turn his
That's
sentence
crazy,
into
bro.
a relatively short hospital stay.
I don't think that's how that works, though.
Any connection?
I don't think you could just go out and just kill people and just claim insanity and just never go to jail ever. Like, you feel me? I don't think that's realistic at some point.
Sentence into a relatively...
Because then it's just like, how do you think the families feel? Like, you feel me? Like, you just ruin their life. Because I feel like something has to happen to somebody, bro. Like, if he's insane and nobody says something, somebody gotta get arrested for that. Something, bro. Because it's just not fair that people could just be insane and just go kill people and then they just walk out free. So now people just gotta grieve because they lost somebody, but the person that, for me, is just roaming out here chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that's fair.
Short
Bro.
hospital.
And I feel like that's more likely to have a bounty on their head now because, you feel me? Niggas might be like, oh, well, shit, he ain't getting no prison time for this.
Stay.
Is there
You know what I mean?
any connection for you between any of these people?
No. I know that you guys are going to have a hard time believing this, but it literally took over my body.
The Uber app?
Yes.
This Uber thing, when it takes you over,
it literally has control of you.
The police don't want Jason to stop talking, so they indulge him in his demonic possession story. According to him, his phone turned into a horny devil head that took over
Get on somewhere with that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, fam. Go on, get on somewhere with that, bro.
Mind.
Don't be trying to.
Interview,
nah,
he becomes more erratic. No one in the police force
we rebuke that though, y'all boys.
is buying his story, but they hit it
beautiful woman and I ain't calling y'all niggas beautiful.
Well, and the Uber killer slowly opens up. Eventually, they get him to talk about the attack on Abbie, Barbara, and her friends.
Walking to this lady, so she was for $1 and they come to great again.
For her daughter.
She didn't have $1 instead.
She told me she didn't have $1. Yo, niggas are literally killing people for $1, bro. It's just like, you can't make shit like this, you just cannot even make up, bro. You just ruin somebody's life over a damn dollar, bro. Like, I ain't gonna fucking lie, dude. Y'all niggas.
Going over the events in reverse.
And you shot the child in the head because the grandma didn't give you any money.
Investigators coax Jason into discussing every crime he committed. Still, he justifies each of his actions by bringing back his demonic possession story. To counter his insanity plea, they'll need a witness who could actually testify to his mental state during the killing spree. 14-year-old Abbie survived, but was placed in a medically induced coma for her own safety. As Jason goes on about his crimes like they were accomplishments to be proud of, he eventually brings up his very first victim, 25-year-old single mother.
Like, they'll kill people and just not even show no remorse, bro. They just care about their freedom, bro. That's why it's like, if you wouldn't go to jail for killing people, like, niggas just be chill, bro. Like, they'll just kill somebody and just chill. I mean, I don't know if they be trying to hide it, because I be feeling like if you kill somebody, like, there's no way you don't have some type of, like, regret or, like, not even regret, but just like you're not scared that like somebody might come after you or something, like traumatized or what's the other word? Yeah, I think it's traumatized and paranoid. That's the other word.
Tiana Carruthers.
I reset that clock and and I believe that I don't. The whole magazine
Like, you see what I'm saying, bro? Like, just the way he's describing it, you could show he doesn't care, bro. Talking about, grab my Glock. Like, come on, bro. Get on somewhere, bro. Get on.
I believe that I don't. The whole magazine there. I know I killed her. Because how could you survive that many gunshots?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. You gotta watch niggas like him. I ain't gonna fucking lie, fam.
Tiana's body had been riddled with bullets.
RP to her, though, personally.
Both her legs and her shoulder were shattered. One of the rounds even lodged itself
Really?
inside her liver, where it should remain for the rest of her life.
Damn.
Paramedics arrived just in time to stabilize her before she bled out. Doctors rebuilt her clavicle and lower body with bolts and metal. She then spent months in rehabilitation to regain the ability to walk. When she was well enough, she began giving interviews.
An Uber driver in Michigan.
She survived. That's good. That's good work. Going with Steve Harvey.
Is suspected of going on a rampage earlier this year, fatally shooting strangers in between taking fares. Now, this tragic story made national headlines. Now, during all of the chaos, my next guest risked her life to protect a playground full of kids. Please welcome Tiana.
Tiana.
Expected to testify at Jason Dalton's trial in 2019, Tiana quickly became a hero in the eyes of the nation.
Them 4 kids you was babysitting, they living cause of you. The rest of them kids in the parking lot that you told them to run and don't come back, they living cause of you. That's cause of you.
At that first
That's
shooting
good
scene,
work. I ain't gonna lie. She didn't get like no like. Well, I mean, the metal shit don't matter, but.
It was Tiana Carruthers who shielded several children from the gunman,
Hey,
risking
her in my Amazing Heavenly Father.
own life.
She was hailed a hero. 6 people were killed by Dalton. Without Tiana, the death toll could have been much higher.
3 months later, the court assembles for the preliminary hearing. Tiana is the first witness called to the bench. The tension is at its peak. As the sole survivor able to testify, the weight of the entire case is upon her shoulders.
I seen him coming, and I saw a gun.
They're black. They're black bags.
Man, stop talking, man. Hey, don't cut her off, nigga. What's wrong with you? She's speaking. I'm about to get mad. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, God, just come on, God. Let's work. Let's work. Let me calm down.
So, Miss Carruthers, are you okay?
Damn, where am I?
We need to talk a minute.
The first time I was going to court,
This is a grown ass man right here, by the way. So I know.
I wasn't ready, and I was like, he has no control, but he had the control at that time. It just took me back to the playground.
Oh,
took me right back there to that moment, and I just broke down.
Tiana's suffering is laid out for all to see. The judge gives her some time to compose herself before they resume the proceedings, but her trauma seems just too much to bear. Yet, she soldiers on, trying to be brave for the victims who can't be
There's something wrong with y'all niggas. Well, some of y'all.
She reminds herself of all the things she's
niggas don't have no heart,
accomplished since the shooting. During her recovery, she turned to writing as a way to process her current and past traumas. What follows is a poem she wrote during that time, addressed to her mother.
Do you see me? Do you really see me? Can you be my mother for once? I skipped school today. I met a boy. I also put your children on the school bus. Oh, I fed them, by the way. Hey, Mom, Mother. Can you hear me? I'm right here. Talk to me. You're in and out, without a doubt, but never forgetting to tell me to take the trash out. No hug, no kiss, just a mother's love to be missed.
Tiana's mother battled drug addiction and was often missing from her life. In her absence, Tiana stepped into the role of caretaker at only 7 years old, but she did her best to raise her younger sisters on her own in their crumbling house with no running water.
Hey, we gotta give her some credit, bro. She saved some kids at the park when they were shooting. She had to raise her sister when she was 7 years old. He said no running water, right?
She did her best to raise her younger sisters on her own in their crumbling house with no running water.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
When her mother returned and things began to settle, Tiana had already spent years carrying more than most kids her age could imagine. At 17, after finding out she was pregnant, she decided to leave to raise her daughter on her own. Her sisters were...
I don't know, I feel like a lot of times this happens though, like when your parents are in your life, like I feel like you're more likely to get pregnant faster too. Because just like since you're so vulnerable, it's like anybody that comes into your life that actually shows they care about you, feel me, you'll be willing to risk it all for, you know what I'm saying?
Older,
And then you might end up
her
having
mother was stable enough to take over the household, but her departure didn't go smoothly. A family-related conflict landed her in juvenile hall. She was released soon after, but she was still just a 17-year-old girl, pregnant, alone, and with no place to go. But this didn't stop Tiana. Through sheer determination, she rebuilt her life from the ground up and managed to give her daughter, Kanaya, the one thing she never had, a happy childhood. Or at least she did, until Jason Dalton intervened and put everything she fought so hard to build at risk. Tiana has to fight back, not only for herself, not only for Kanaya, but for everyone involved.
This would have been my opportunity to look him in his eyes and just give the facts, and knowing that him jumping at me or scaring me, he wasn't gonna have that power. I wasn't gonna give it to him. Because I'm stronger today.
I like the
And I was telling myself, you can do this. You know, you have to do this.
You
I
got
was
it.
the only one who
When they
really
count on you.
talked to this man. And if I was gonna put him away, then I needed to step up and do what I needed to do.
You do.
Now stuck in front of a camera in the next room over,
So,
Jason is going all in with his insanity plea, attempting to use Tiana's own trauma against her.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Ms. Crothers, thank you for your patience as we made arrangements so we could continue your testimony. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
According to the prosecutors present, his goal was to manipulate her into breaking down before she could retell her side of the story. Events that not only portrayed him as a cold and calculated killer, but as a sane man who, however disturbing, had a normal conversation with her before bullets started flying. Fueled by her newfound confidence, Tiana explains how Jason initially approached her, then made a U-turn, and finally pulled out a gun to aim at the many kids she was walking with.
This is all happening like really fast, and I was like,
take your time, man.
You know, I didn't know if it was real or I didn't know if it was really happening, so I just, you know, reacted fast, and I just told the kids to run and don't come back no matter what. And then I started screaming to the other children that were playing at the playground to run.
And the single person that's in the car has a gun.
Yes.
And he's coming towards you.
Yes.
And you see the gun?
Yes. And honestly, I wasn't concerned about myself. I was concerned about the kids.
But the emotion quickly becomes overwhelming when the prosecutor asks her to describe how it felt to be shot at. Everything rushes back, and Tiana breaks down again. Abbie Koff, the 6 victims, and the 4 children who could have died that day. It's almost too much for the young mother.
I'm sorry.
But Tiana needs to keep herself together if she wants to fight back. There's no way she'd let Jason Dalton win again. As he struggles in his chair behind the screen, she keeps going as best she can.
After I realized he wasn't going to stop shooting, I just pretended like I was dead already.
Damn.
And after he pulled off, and I realized he was gone, that's when I started screaming for the kids when I laid there, just screaming for the kids. I remember everything about it. I could never forget I could never forget his face. I see his face all the time.
Tiana's testimony changes everything. Following the hearing, Jason drops the act, the erratic behavior, the demonic possession. It was all fake. His lawyer still pushes for a psychological evaluation, but every expert consulted agrees his client is sane, fully competent, and was aware of his actions during the event.
Large 6. Shows on this. Like weapon.
Events. With no other options left, Jason requests a plea hearing without conditions.
Doing this voluntarily of your own free will?
Yes, I've wanted this for quite a while.
How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, finally got some accountability.
My name is Tiana Carruthers.
I mean, that doesn't make it better, but
survivor of Jason Dalton's crimes. You tried to kill us all. You failed. I'm standing here, right here, in your face, in front of you. How does it make you feel? Look at me. How does it make you feel?
Don't let him speak. Do not let him speak.
With Jason heading to prison for life without parole, and Tiana on the way towards psychological and physical recovery, only one question remains. What happened to Abbie?
Go ahead. 1, 2.
This physical therapy?
3.
Shout out this guy right here. Yo, shout out to him right here. Whoever this is, I think he's a doctor or a physical therapist.
I almost died, and my mom was a basket case.
Let's go.
She sat by my bed, however long I was in a coma.
just sat
That's
there
my
and
mom.
waited for me to wake up. When I did, I remember her crying with happy tears.
Yes, I know.
The road to recovery was extremely challenging for the 14-year-old. She had to relearn everything almost from scratch. Even though she was making good progress physically, she also had to learn how to deal with the retrograde amnesia caused by her head injury.
A couple of weeks later, I said, "What happened to me?" They said, "Don't sugarcoat it." And she walked in and said, "Honey, you were shot in the head, and the bullet shattered your skull."
That's why, yeah.
Cried, and she didn't say anything at that point. And a couple
So
hours
I think they
later,
had to cut like part of her skull out,
she'd ask me again.
or like, or I think it might have like shattered, so it was
What
like already
happened to
cut
me?
out.
Because she couldn't remember it. She couldn't retain it.
Every day,
Yeah,
for
see, they
months,
stitched it back.
Abbie has to be reminded not only of the incident, but also of the murder of Barbara, her loving grandmother, who sacrificed everything to save her life.
I asked about Grim Barb. When I found out she was shot, I almost lost it. Why it had to be me and why it had to be Grim Barb? We both didn't deserve it.
That's what I'm saying.
If it wasn't for her,
I mean, no one deserves it, but
here. I miss her
especially y'all.
unconditionally. Every single day.
She didn't even know y'all, like.
But Abbie persevered. She even went to prom in 2019, just 2 months after Jason Dalton's conviction. With the case coming to an end, Laura Hawthorne, Barbara's niece, finally puts her heroic aunt to rest.
She always wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride.
Finally puts
her joyful light shine inspired all of her. Though it's shaken from unspeakably, it will never truly be gone. As memory of her joy, those after it shared.
Her heroic aunt to rest.
She always wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride. So I took her ashes to Sedona and went in a hot air balloon and left her out there in the desert.
She was in this.
So she's right where she wanted to be.
In the end, Jason Dalton may have caused irreparable harm, but he didn't win. It took years, but Tiana and Abbie both healed and rebuilt their lives.
They healed.
The families who lost loved ones on that day now cherish every moment they had with them and continue fighting for their legacies.
We don't want them to be remembered by, oh, that's the people that got killed by the Uber driver. I want them to be remembered, oh, those are the loving, caring, compassionate people that were taken way too soon.
Thanks to her resilience, Tiana not only survived the shooting spree, but also overcame her difficult past. Now, she uses her story to inspire others as a motivational speaker focused on turning tragedy into strength and helps victims redefine themselves as survivors.
It can be hard, and I know it's challenging to deal with tragedies and struggles, but there is more to life than where you come from. Just build on it and want more for yourself.
Tiana never called herself a hero. She says any mother would have done the same, but would her own mother have? This is where Tiana's resilience shines, not just in surviving the shooting, but in holding on to the identity she built through years of struggle, a rough childhood, taking care of her sisters, having to raise her daughter on her own as a teenager, and to top it all off, taking 4 bullets to protect that same daughter and her friends. Yet, none of it stopped her. She knows exactly who she is, and nothing can take that away from her.
Him gunning me down, it doesn't define me. Tiana now, I'm strong. Stronger than I ever could imagine. Would I do it all over again? Hell yeah, I'd do it again.
That's what we like to hear right there, y'all.
Without a doubt.
That's what we like to hear. Okay, about to pray. I'm not gonna pray for. Well, I'm gonna pray for all of them, but I ain't gonna do like every specific name. Like, I ain't remember all that. So let's pray. But what was it? I don't even care about his name. Shit. Lord, just protect, their families. This is very tragic for them. So just help them be able to just, recover and just turn to you and just know that you have, their people and that, they're taken care of with you, and you will always be there for them. And that they'll get the justice they deserve, even though we'll never bring their people back. At least they know that they're in a better place now. Just help the man that did those just make better decisions. Eventually, just turn to you and help the families be able to forgive him, even though they probably will take a long time to do so. So they be able to forgive him. Just know that you did make him, Lord, so you have to forgive no matter what they do. So let's just be able to just make better decisions in general. So everybody that's watching this, whether they are making good decisions or not, just make them be able to make better decisions and just never lose sight of you, and just make sure that they always remember that you have their back no matter what. They love you and without you. So it's like life from the first time family. So I mean, love you and without you. So, but yeah, man. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Alright. Tina, if you are reading these comments, I want you to know that you are such an inspiration. You showed enormous strength through all of this. You're an amazing human being. You really lost your words over your ability to overcome this trauma and face your attacker. I don't know you, but from my heart, I am filled with admiration. Don't for 1 minute doubt your goodness and humanity. You'll always be an inspiration to your daughter and to complete strangers like myself. I wish you all the happiest life can offer, and the same goes for your beautiful Abbie. May the rest of your life be filled with blessings. All my best from across the pond. I don't know, I low-key was about to cry too. I'm gonna be honest. Like when she was like when she started crying before, like when he started talking while she was talking, that shit kind of made me mad. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I didn't think you were allowed, like in court. Like when I used to watch I don't know who it was, that one black dude that was a judge, and he was like you couldn't like talk over people and shit like that in court, shit like that. I don't know, I said the same thing 3 times. Wait, house brothers, help me out. All right. Once this joint posts, let me just end the video. I ain't gonna lie, fam. It's kind of taking a little longer to upload. So I'll refresh that quick. Okay. Damn, that shit deleted. Change it up a little bit, y'all. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Just in case it don't post, I'm gonna copy and paste this. Alright. Oh shit. Alright, I ain't gonna lie, fam. Y'all get the point, bro. I tried. Oh, there goes. Okay, sorry. Alright. Alright, man. I love y'all, man. Just told y'all. I'm glad they made recovery. Y'all made better decisions out in the world. I'm trying to God for it's too late. But, man, I love y'all. Just love y'all. More videos tomorrow.